I've lived in Chittenden County twice as long as Gavin's been alive. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, who's happy with the situation? It could have been worse. Because that's where we are right now in Montpelier. You know, we had a disastrous, as speakers talked earlier, we had a disastrous 23 and 24 with the supermajority. Governor was overridden 13 times in the course of that. We got some great bills like the Affordable Heat Act and the Global Warming Solutions Act and Act 181, and we got a payroll tax. And we got DM fees going up. We got a clean heat standard. We got all these things that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted, but the legislature, supermajority, could do whatever they wanted. And as I spoken earlier, we fixed that. We fixed it. You know, it was like we've been pushed off a cliff in Montpelier, you know, heading down to the rocks. You know, but there we go. There was nothing to save us. But we did. We did get saved. In 2024, November 2024, we got saved. 18 new House representatives and 16 senators, and that was tremendous. Tremendous. And, you know, because we were in this place before that of, how could it possibly get any worse? How could it get any worse? And, you know, we were all fearful that, well, you know, a good number of Vermonters woke up, made the right choices on who they elected. Not so good in Chittenden Southeast, but we're going to fix that. We're going to fix it this time. So right now we're stuck. You know, it could have been worse is what we're hearing. You know, the minority in the House and the Senate slowed things down. Slowed it all down. Some of the things have been put on hold. Some of the things were stopped. There was a little bit of a compromise, a little bit of negotiations going on because the Democrats, the liberals, the progressives had to. They just weren't able to get their way on everything. So we've slowed the roll here. So it's almost like with that cliff I was just mentioned, we're all falling off of back in the supermajority time. Well, we are handed a parachute, and we're slowly drifting down, which is not great because the rocks are still there. So we got to change that. We need a majority in Montpelier of Republicans, conservatives to change things. You know, we've got to get control of the committees. Thank goodness we had the lieutenant governor on the committee of committees, made some changes. We actually got some representation on some of the big committees. That was great. But now we need a majority. And we need to stand up with Governor Scott, and we've got to change things. We've got to get over the hurdle. We've got to take some control. We've got to be fiscal conservatives. I think we've got to be social moderates because that's what Vermont needs. And to that regard, we need 2 or 3 more seats in the Senate. We've got to do that. We can flip the Senate. And if we do that, lots of things are going to change. So when I go back to my analogy about falling off the cliff and heading to the rocks, well, if we can win 2 or 3 seats in the Senate, we can be a little gentle uplift, if you will, a little up breeze, and we can push that away from the rocks and maybe land in some green pasture of Vermont. So, with that, I haven't up until this moment been an official candidate for Chittenden County Southeast Senate, but as of this moment, with my friends and supporters, I'm going to run for Chittenden County Southeast. The dynamic is going to be really interesting. If you look what's going on the Democrat side in Chittenden County Southeast, there's going to be a primary challenge. There's going to be 5 folks running in the primary for the Democrats. That's awesome. They'll spend some money. They'll show some wounds. And we'll take advantage of some of that. We got Javit running alongside me in this county. We're working on a 3rd. To have 3 Republicans running this county would be tremendous. And it makes our chances all the better. So I did fairly well last year. I got 16,000 votes, which is 8,000 more than a candidate normally gets in Chittenden County Southeast Republican. I was the 4th highest vote getter in the state for Republican senators, beaten only by three incumbents and 1 who wasn't challenged. So I think if we can push those 16,000 votes, you know, we can get it to 2024. That seat's ready to be taken. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to your support, and it's going to be fun. So thank you all so much.